Good morning, it's Allie and welcome to my channel. So I am heading over to the condo that I own. Right now I'm in my apartment, got my coffee. I am going to work from my condo this morning and use my cell phone as a hotspot since it does not have internet. And yeah, so I have a plumber coming. There's a leak in the shower knob. I was gonna fix it myself because I really do like to do these kinds of handy things myself, but just with having to shut the water off for like the whole building and all the other units and going through the HOA and everything, I needed to do it kind of by the book and have someone who actually knows what they're doing do it. So yeah, I need to be there to let him in and do all that fun stuff. So here's hoping he's done in time for my meeting today. He's coming pretty early, so I think there's enough time. My meeting is a little bit before noon, so fingers crossed that this is a quick and easy fix because it's kind of an important meeting that I can't move. So anyways, that's gonna be my day today. So got my coffee, which probably isn't the best idea because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom and you know when the plumber is there doing things in the bathroom. So also with no water. Anyway, let's go. So I'm at my condo and this is what we're getting fixed today. This is like this makeshift thing that my tenant had put on to like catch the dripping water. I don't know why. I think she like didn't want it to like drip over or like spill, but you know, I kind of just left it because why the hell not? Anyway, I have the plumber coming, so I'm chilling out here. I did buy this because I was hoping to do this myself, but then I kind of was like, probably should get it professionally done. Anyway, so that's what we're doing today. So this is my workstation for the day, and a seat if I need one. All right, it is another day, and things are moving along. And yeah, so let me update you guys. For anyone who cares, otherwise I'm just talking to the internet because that's what you do when you don't have any friends. Oh, my life. Oh well, can't complain. So my life has been kind of crazy this past week trying to figure out what I'm doing. So I did decide to put my place on the market, and yeah, that happened. I got my leak fixed, had a plumber come, worked from my counter as you saw in a previous clip. Anywho, I'm very fidgety and antsy. I haven't really slept, last night at least. Not well other nights, but really not much sleep at all last night. So I'm very maybe intense or fidgety, whatever, but sharing my life because why the heck not? Anywho, so put my place on the market. It's been up for a few days and I've gotten 2 offers, and I am like in this weird zone of trying to figure out which offer makes the most sense. More than what makes the most sense, but like what, I don't know. But I'll share with you because maybe other people go through this similar thing and they just don't have anyone to talk to or brainstorm, because one of the reasons why I'm talking to the internet is because I find myself not really being able to brainstorm with people in my life. The few people in my life don't have problems like this because they're just not in a similar boat as me. And then when it comes to my parents, it's hard because they have so many kids and they're young. And every time I'm on the phone with them or I'm trying to talk to them, constantly interrupted, they constantly have to go and they have work. Like there's just not time. Downside of being in a big family for people who want to have tons of kids or they like having a lot of siblings, like to each their own. I don't judge you. For me, I hate it. I love my siblings. I hate having like a giant family. And maybe it's because I'm on the older side where it's just a lot more work for me. I have a lot of responsibility and I don't get a lot of time with my parents, and maybe it's also because I don't have a lot of friends or anything, that I kind of try and lean on my parents for their life expertise and their opinions and perspectives, not to make the decision, but just they've gone through it. So what was their experience? And I really tried to do so much research before I dove into this whole selling process, and there's a lot of things coming up that I didn't find in my research that I didn't know about, and it kind of has been throwing me off a bit. By the way, I know I look off to the side a lot, and in real life I do the same thing because I find it very awkward to like make eye contact. I'm trying to work on it. It's like when I interview or whatever, I make like a very like specific attention to try and force myself to look at someone in the eyes. But like, I don't know if it's like an introvert thing or maybe there's just something wrong with me. I just find it very awkward to be like glaring in someone's eyes. It's just weird to me. I don't know. But I'm special, I guess. Anyways, I got the 2 offers, and I know a lot of people or online from what I've read, they're like, oh, like there's always opinions, like keep it on the market longer or counter pin them against each other. Obviously these are all things I've thought about. I'm working with a realtor, so obviously we've discussed it. One of the problems is that she did post, you know, all offers due in by a certain date, and when you don't get more offers or when you keep it on the market, it kind of gives your property almost like a bad rep. Like, people are more likely to lowball you the longer it's on the market and after you've already given a due date for offers due. So I'm very fortunate that I did get 2 offers. So I'm very happy about that. But they're very different, and kind of weighing the pros and cons and trying to like understand why one is better. I did get an all cash offer, but it was for, you know, a decent amount lower than the other offer, which was asking price. It might not be significant to other people, and I also don't want to get too greedy because a good deal is a good deal, but there are things to think about, things to consider. One is contingent on a mortgage and the other one is all cash. So something I didn't realize was how an appraisal fits into a non-cash offer. So someone who has to go through a loan has to go through an appraisal, and it's possible that the appraisal could be less than the selling price, and you don't really know this. And when I was talking to my agent, she ran the comps, checked the area. I also checked, like, my current mortgage company had its estimated value, and you know, you go to Zillow, you go to, I don't know, Redfin, you go to like all these different sites, and they can kind of give you an idea what's sold. It gives you your estimates, and that's kind of, you know, where we base it off of. She did her research and I did some of mine, and we landed on like a good price. But it's possible that an appraisal person can come in, an appraiser, come in from a different area, not really know the area, not really know like the school system, or I don't know, all the other details that I have no idea about because I'm not an appraiser. So anyways, my realtor actually told me a horror story about her experience where the appraiser was not from the area and got appraised a lot lower than it probably should have. And that's kind of scary to me. And I didn't really think about this when I first put it on the market. I kind of thought like, oh, everything's going for really high right now. There could be bidding wars, or you're gonna get over asking, or at least asking. I didn't really think that like the appraisal would come into play. But that's just my lack of experience, and it didn't really come up when I researched all the things that a seller should be thinking about. And now it's something that I'm thinking about. So I've kind of been trying to decide between these offers. It's a good problem to have. Not complaining about the offers, but it's definitely been a more stressful experience, just kind of trying to like figure it out on my own. I do have my agent, but just little things that keep popping up. Like, I didn't really understand that a seller needed an attorney. I knew a buyer needed one. So then, you know, dealing with all that, and on top of it today, or this week, is a very busy work week. And I really was hoping to take today off to review some of the documents that I'm gonna get this morning. And unfortunately, I had things come up at like 9 o'clock last night at work where they're like, okay, kind of important time crunch issue. We really need you on a few calls. So there's like things I really couldn't take the day off for, and I have like a very short window to be able to talk to my agent this morning before my meetings start, and I have a deadline of when I can get back to people on the offers, but I can't really review things until I talk to my agent because there's updates coming. So I'm not looking forward to today. Today is gonna be very hard. I really wish it was like one of those days where it was kind of slower at work and I could just be like, all right, I'm just gonna take the morning off or work later. Fortunately, because they're calls and it's time sensitive, I can't do that. So, you know, life problems, being an adult. And on top of that, if I had to be honest, like emotionally, I'm sad to be doing this alone. Right now, my ex-fiance and I, we're not talking. I don't know why, if I had to be honest. We were doing good, if I had to guess. I think I last made a comment about how it's not helping me move on if you don't want to commit to be with me, but you also want to see me all the time. Maybe that was what did it, and he kind of just stopped talking to me. Maybe it was too much pressure. I don't know. He has his issues, I got my issues, and I don't really know what happened, but it's kind of like a weird time where I kind of wish I had him, but maybe it's better that I don't, and I learn how to be strong and figure things out on my own. I don't know. Either way, just, you know, sharing personal details of my life. You know, that's what you do on the internet, and have people judge you, because, you know, people's opinions are fun. But I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit. I will say, I enjoy distractions like this, because one of the things that, you know, going through therapy or any of those things like counseling, I always find like their advice irritates me. And it's good advice for most people. Like usually, like if you're depressed or if you're like going through a hard time or you're going through a breakup, and the advice is like, oh, well, get out there and like meet new people, like new friends, like join groups, like do this, do that. And I'm just like, I don't like people. I like some people, but like I'm an introvert. I really like time alone. Like I don't want to join a group. I find myself like being awkward and like can't ever find a way to fit a sentence in a group, because people are always like talking like without a break that you can't like break in without interrupting. And then it's like, I don't know, I just never connected in group settings. But I do good like one-on-one for the most part, depending on the person. So I don't really like that advice. But the good thing about the kind of like distractions when it comes to trying to like move on or like heal from a breakup, it's like this kind of distraction where I'm so busy with work and I'm so busy with what I'm doing with my condo and all that. It's keeping me busy enough that it's not like on my mind constantly. Where other distractions, I find myself, if I were to go out with friends or go out with family, it's still on my mind all the time. I'm not usually having that great of a time with people, but maybe I'm just around the wrong people. I don't know. Things don't really distract me enough that it's still making me sad. And this, I've kind of liked that it hasn't been on my mind much lately. And I'm also kind of like sad thinking, oh, what's gonna happen when I don't have like these nonstop, you know, things on my mind, and like, you know, my research mode and my kind of like obsession with like where I'm gonna live or like what I do with my property or all these things. Once that's all settled and the dust is settled, then what? Then what do I think about? What do I do? And that's kind of worrying me a little. But problem for another day, just sharing the inner thoughts of my mind. So that being said, I guess I should probably start my day. If I don't pop back on to continue this, then I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.